This car is the result of a collaboration between Toyota and Subaru. You can therefore buy it from either, with its respective badge. Now Subaru call this the BRZ, but Toyota know it as the GT86. Essentially, they are identical, and there is nothing to choose between them besides the badge. Beautiful noise! The thing is, that engine sounds fantastic when you thrash it. Which is just as well, because you do end up thrashing it rather a lot of the time.
That's because it's naturally aspirated.
The lack of a turbocharger is by no means accidental. It's a deliberate tactic designed to take this car back to its roots. It's rear-wheel drive and fitted with the same relatively narrow tyres that you would find, believe it or not, on the Prius. And that makes it, lively.
And what that means in real terms is that an enthusiastic driver can quite safely drift this car on dry tarmac at speeds below 30 miles per hour.
Down into second, back end slides just a little sideways. Oh, I really should not advocate trying to get the back end out on public roads. I really shouldn't. I'm not. It's a bad thing. Stop it, Morris. Bad Morris. Naughty Morris. Don't do it again, Morris.
Find yourself a safe bit of asphalt, however, and little bunny hops turn rapidly into a full-on slide fest.
Back on the roads of Great Britain, though, it is just a laugh from start to finish. A joyous, fantastic little ride that brings the broadest of grins to your face.
It's just a joy to drive.
The ride is firm but fair, and it is a fairly lightweight sports car with a classic layout. Front engine, rear wheel drive, well-balanced chassis, it really is great fun.
It has real agility with well-balanced steering, and the fast throttle response helps to complete the package.
Of course, it's not the fastest sports car in the world, but that chassis is so well balanced it handles beautifully. Great 6-speed gearbox, fantastic brakes. It is just Moorish. Oh, this is good. I mean, really good.
What's more, it's not even an irresponsible sports car with a reasonably sized boot and small rear seats. It will even return a combined fuel consumption figure of 36.2 miles per gallon, if you drive it reasonably sensibly.
And of course, Toyota's reliability record is the envy of the entire motor industry, so the GT86 should be pretty much bomb-proof. There are a few subtle grumbles. Under certain circumstances, an Audi TT may seem slightly more precise, and fans of German engineering are not going to be overly convinced by the quality of the interior. Another minor downside is the fact that you'll have to be prepared to put up with a bit of wind and road noise on the motorway, and it is of course slightly more expensive than its nearest rivals. You'll either love or hate the retro interior design. At lower revs, that Boxer engine does feel a little on the flat side. But get the needle over 4,500 RPM and this thing is in its element. I have to admit, I am a bit of a fan of the old high-powered Japanese sports cars, though. If you could have had a version of this with twin turbochargers or a supercharger, as far as I'm concerned, that would have been nirvana. It would have been perfect.
So if you're looking for a completely insane, overpowered death machine like the old 3-litre Supras, then this is not it. But there's something about it that you just instinctively have to love.
Back in the day, when I was still a little boy at primary school. Yeah, long time ago, I know. Anyway, a friend's dad turned up with a car that I instantly fell in love with. It was the Celica Supra. And I know what you're thinking. He's mucked that up. They were two totally different models. But look it up. The Mark II Celica Supra that was made between 1982 and 1986 was a real muscle machine, a car that put Toyota firmly on the map when it came to 80s sports cars. And this, to me, shares many of its core characteristics.
It's light on its feet, it's agile, and it loves to be driven hard. Everything about it just feels organic. And this is possibly the best handling Toyota I have ever driven. It's not even expensive. There's currently only one version of the GT86 available, but it comes with an impressive list of standard kit. Alloys, climate control, keyless entry, cruise control, electric front windows, and a Bluetooth telephone connection are all included. You can specify a couple of optional extras too, including leather seats and metallic paint. Sat-nav is also an affordable upgrade.
And all of these extras bring this car's price, fully loaded, to just under £28,000. Bargain.
And what that means is that the GT86 is the best Toyota we've seen this century.